So Gilas season na ulit. So pag-uusapan natin ng Gilas Pilipinas na naman ulit. This is going to be their February window. Ang mga kalaban ay medyo mga mahirap na kalaban, mga malalakas. Hindi na to back-to-back Guam ang schedule. They're going to face New Zealand and Australia. So pag-usapan natin, lagi naman natin itong ginagawa every window, nabubuhay tayo. Pero this time, I am going to do these kind of videos more often. Yung mga ganito na mas relax, mas chill lang. Hindi ganun kailangan ka think piece or whatsoever. Pero anyway, kasi itong window na to, it's very interesting for me. Okay, i-address na natin na yung QMB situation na lang tawag natin. Split yung opinion sa mga tao, pero ang mahalaga ang ending maglalaro sa QMB. So I just want to say na kapag naglaro si QMB, especially sa Manila sila maglalaro, please wag nating ibu si QMB. Let's cheer on QMB. Paramdam natin sa kanya what it means to play for this flag, for this team, for the Philippines, para mas magka-idea siya and mas ma-feel niya kumbaga na naglalaro siya for his country, and yung handlers niya maybe mas hindi na ganong i-control yung situation ng sobra-sobra, and mas magkaroon ng say si QMB at mas ma-inlove siya sa bansa natin na isa-shutdown niya kung anong sabihin sa kanya ng mga gahaman niyang handlers. Pero anyway, with that out of the way, pag-usapan na natin. I have 5 points na pag-uusapan natin na gusto kong i-share sa video na to. And first of all, wag na nating patagalin pa. Yung schedule is going to be very difficult for them. Mahirap ang mga magiging kalaban. Hindi joke makalaban. Okay, ang New Zealand and Australia. So, ang magiging schedule nila, 2 laro. Una ay against New Zealand sa February 26 in Manila. Then, few days after, against Australia naman sa March 1. These are big-time opponents. Magiging, kumbaga, ramdam dito na wala si Kai Sotto. These are very good teams, good opponents, at sila pa rin yung magiging kalaban kumbaga ng Gilas sa July window. So kumbaga advantage na rin siguro. Hindi advantage eh. Pero kumbaga kung makapalag sila ngayong window, ibig sabihin mas may chance sa July kasi meron ng Kai Sotto sa July. Pero again, these are few things na gusto kong pag-usapan sa video na to. First, yun na nga, magiging manifest yung front court ng Gilas for this window. And with QMB deciding na maglalaro siya for his window, malaking addition yon. Pero Kai Sotto and Jamie Malonzo will not be available for this window. I don't know if nakat na si Jamie, pero kasi Jamie as a player, kung titignan lang natin yung stats, hindi naman stats numbers, but being a 6'7" guy, athletic, can occasionally shoot, very athletic. Maganda naman pinakita ni Jamie sa huling stint niya with SEA Games. So malaking bagay pa rin to have a Jamie sa roster. Kahit na 4 laruin niya kasi hindi na siya kasing athletic ng dati. Pero ayun, magiging manipis yung front court kasi it's going to be QMB, AJ Edwin, unfortunately, Junmar Fajardo. I hope this is the window for Junmar na talagang maging magandang factor siya sa team na to. Pero yung additions, nila Juan Gomez de Leon, and Justin Baltazar will be big time for Gilas. As of recording this, wala pang final lineup na sinishare ang SBP para sa window na to. Hindi ko pa alam kung talagang pasok si Baltazar at saka si Juan Gomez de Leon. Pero I hope makapasok sila. Pero the fact na included sila kasi sa expanded pool ng Gilas, to me is already a good sign. Kasi moving forward, mas magiging madali silang integrate sa team and sa system. Kasi nakiki-practice na sila eh. Basically, part na rin sila ng team, di ba? Kumbaga, equivalent to DNP-CD yun eh, kapag hindi ka nasama sa pool eh. Kasi nakipractice ka na since day 1. So I hope makapasok sila, pero if hindi, I hope sa July, mabigyan ng chance, either, or I hope sana tig-isa, like this window, kahit si Juan Gomez muna, kasi may QMB naman for Balti, and then sa July maybe, dahil may Kai, they add Justin Baltazar. And then, pangalawang point ko naman, again, looking at the schedule and having no Kai Sotto sa lineup, these are the worst possible games na pwedeng maibigay sa Gilas eh. Pero wala silang choice kasi sa July din naman yun yung mga magiging kalaban. Pero, ito yung kumbaga, in terms of schedule, ito na yung pinakamahirap. And especially without Kai Sotto, arguably their best player kasi si Kai, sa kanya talaga umiikot yung triangle. Kahit na si Brownlee is Brownlee, if walang Kai Sotto, yung triangle, kitang-kita mo yung weakness and kitang-kita mo na nag-unlaki ng dip sa offense ng Gilas Pilipinas. So, it's a very tough schedule for a very thin Gilas lineup. So, I hope this is the window they experiment and they try newer things na hindi puro straight triangle lang. Kasi meron na rin namang nothing to lose mindset dito na parang malakas na rin naman yung kalaban. We try our best, pero I hope, di ba, they still try to add a new, ano bang tawag dito? Dimensions or newer sprinkles. Maglagay pa sila ng mga sprinkle or mga addition. This is the time to experiment and try new stuff. Maybe mag-lean on sila more sa mga younger players nila. And yun na nga, speaking of newer strategies, ito na rin yung chance for them to discover their outside shooting. Kasi itong team na to struggled 3-point line so far. Ever since dati pa naman, pero itong Team Gaunira, hindi pa ganun talaga nagko-connect yung 3-point shooting nitong Gilas team na to. And sana, di ba, magkaroon ng divine intervention na biglang uminit na ulit sila Calvin Oftana, uminit si Dwight Ramos from the outside, maybe Scottie Thompson hits a couple of 3-pointers. Baka yun yung maging edge nila against this New Zealand team. Kasi Australia, medyo tinitignan ko siya in a way na talo na yun, pero may chance pa rin naman. Pero yung New Zealand game, I think merong chance. And yung chance na yun, manggagaling siya sa 3-point shooting nila if makakonect sila. And yun, after, di ba, yun nga, speaking of divine intervention, after magkaroon ng divine intervention at pagkatapos makausap directly si QMB and not his, handlers, ang ending, lalaro nga si QMB sa team, which is good. Pero, without Kai Sotto, kasi ito na yung perfect chance to find their 3-point shooting. Kasi hindi mo na kailangan ibigay kay Kai sa poste, di ba? Maybe Brownlee and Tamayo will share minutes at the 4. Maybe Edu tsaka Junmar and QMB will share minutes at the 5. Maybe Edu sees minutes as the 4. So, kumbaga, ito na yung chance for KQ, Tamayo, Ramos, even Oftana if he plays, and CJ Perez as well. I hope CJ Perez plays. Kasi may nakita ko improvement sa game niya last conference sa PBA na I hope mag-translate sa Gilas. I think he slowed this game down a little bit and mas lumabas yung shooting and yung shot creation ni CJ. I hope bigyan ng chance si CJ this window para lang makita natin if magta-translate yung pagbabago sa laro ni CJ. And yun, speaking of PBA, last conference kasi with Hinebra, Tim Cone embraced the 3-pointer kasi kulang nga sila sa bigs and ngayon, di ba, kulang din sa bigs ang Gilas. I hope Tim Cone, makita niya yun as option na baka it's time to, embrace the outside shot. And then fourth, point of emphasis or point of discussion for this video, magiging importante to for their guards, tong window na to. Ideally, Scottie Thompson, mag-show up siya, mag-playmake siya for this team. Kasi Chris Newsome, I think injured si Chris Newsome. And maybe it's time for Juan Gomez de Leaño to play. Pero I hope Scottie Thompson continues to play make for this team and makashoot siya ng 3-pointers. Kasi ito na yung chance for him. If yun na nga, mag-connect yung 3-point shooting nila, magkakaroon ng driving lanes for their guards. And maybe it's time for Scottie Thompson, maybe CJ Perez as well, 6 minutes at the 1. And Juan Gomez de Leaño as well or RJ Abarrientos para sa experience. Kasi kung mas maluwag yung court, mas magkakaroon ng chance for them to play make. Maybe magsettle yung laro nila in with the team and maybe mas maganda yung options ng Gilas Pilipinas moving forward. Sino ba yung point guard para sa team na to? Do we need an all-around guy like Scottie Thompson na mas defensive-oriented? Do we need a scorer type of guard na mas slasher like Juan Gomez de Leaño? Or do we need someone who can kind of pull up from the 3, mas outside shooting oriented kind of guard with RJ Abarrientos, or maybe 2 of those 3 players, maybe RJ and Juan, maybe Scottie maging third stringer point guard. Kasi Chris Newsome is aging as well, injury na, medyo may edad pa. So it's time to look at other options para sa akin. And nakikita ko dito, parehas Juan tsaka RJ. Ang dami nagde-debate, bakit RJ over Juan? Juan kesa kay RJ. Juan kesa kay Scottie. I think itong tatlong to, Scottie, Juan, tsaka RJ, perfect 3-string or 3 string ng guards to. Maybe Juan starts eventually kapag nag-translate yung laro ni Juan, and then Scottie maybe yung backup or si RJ or si Scottie, siya yung third stringer, siya na yung bagong Japet kumbaga, na parang nandito for experience and ituruan yung mga bata kung paano patakbuhin yung sistema, maging veteran presence for this team. I hope na mabigyan ng minutes si Juan Gomez de Leaño kung makapasok siya, or even if wala man sa dalawa right now, So far, hindi pa na ganong natutuwa si Tim Cone with the two younger guards na available sa kanya. Sana Scotty Thompson shows up, helps this team maybe get a win against New Zealand. And not necessarily a guard, pero itong window na to important for a guy like KQ, Kevin Kiambao. Since magiging malakas yung kalaban nila, this is the perfect time to calibrate and tignan na rin kung kumbaga yung firepower ba in terms of scoring ng Gilas Pilipinas, magiging enough ba yun? And I hope, di ba, Tamayo, KQ, and maybe even Calvin Oftana makapag, contribute for this team sa scoring department para makita natin kung, di ba, with Kai Soto and ano pa ba yung mga kailangang i-add. Kung mari, itong team na to plus Kai Soto, tapos nag-connect in 3-point shooting, Kai is playing like Kai, diba? I-assess, makita ng maayos kung anong kailangan. Kasi kung hindi nag-hit yung scoring from Oftana, from KQ, puro Kai and Brownlee, and maybe Dwight lang, parang ang hirap i-assess eh. Paano tayo gagalaw, diba? So kailangan, parang ito na rin yung chance for a guy like KQ to finally, hindi naman sa finally kasi nagpapakita na si KQ as of late, pero itong window na to be specific, and July window as well, I hope maging regular na yung contribution ng isang KQ. Pero ayun, ending, hindi ako magagalit. I would be mad if they lose both of these games kasi mahirap talaga yung schedule and medyo manipis sila. Mas importante para sa akin to see newer faces rise up to the occasion. Ang magiging metric ko for success ay kung gaanong kalaking factors sina Kevin Kiambao, Carl Tamayo, QMB, and even a guy like Calvin Oftana sa window na to, na di ba sana magkaroon na si Oftana ng magandang outing for Gilas. And of course, yung newer additions, if makapasok sila sa loob ng game, magkaroon silang minutes, or even makapasok sa lineup man lang. Ayun yung maging metric for success ko, na makita ko yung kumbaga newer faces to step up to the occasion instead of the usual Brownlee, Scotty, Junmar. Edu as well. I think Edu kasi settled na siya sa team na to. I hope makaisa sila sa New Zealand. Yun lang naman yung aking wish. Pero if hindi man, maging 0-2 lang, okay na yun. As long as, newer guys, newer faces, and even guy like Calvin Oftana finally shows up. So yun lang naman. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. Good luck, Gilas Pilipinas.